So in 2013, the PS4 sold over 4.2 million units. Xbox got owned! But before we get to this video, here's the question of the day. Alright, at the CES Consumer Electronics Show, it was announced by Sony that the PS4 sold over 4.2 million, and definitely heading way past the 3 million Xbox One units that were sold by Microsoft. I do find it interesting that they announced it around the same time. I mean, it's like Xbox One announced their number, and then just, like a day later, or, probably even less than that, Sony comes out with their numbers. And this was really not a surprise at all. This was predictable. This was what we expected out of the PS4. They sold more units, they moved more units, and more people were interested in it. This was everything that we expected. This was what we all thought. I mean, unless you were just some delusional, you just couldn't see it. I mean, my God. Sony definitely won 2013. I mean, this was it. I mean, God, over 4 million. I mean, those are, I'll say the Wii U sales pretty much in its first year or so. Isn't that like just a little under the Wii U sales of in its entire lifespan? And Sony accomplished that just within like a month and a half. Just about. Oh my goodness. PS4 software sales have now risen to 9.7 million. So a total of everything. You're talking about actual media, hard copies, and downloaded sales, online sales throughout the PS Store. Ooh. Sony also said that the worldwide PlayStation Plus subscriptions have risen by more than 90% since the PS4 launch, and all kinds of other crap that I don't even really want to get into. Just, some streaming stuff and Twitch and Ustream, whatever. The Japanese system expects to sell 5 million by the end of its fiscal year in March 2014. They got maybe a couple of months away. Well, a little bit over, I should say, because January is far from over. They could definitely reach that goal. I mean, 5 million by the end of March, by the end of, I shouldn't say the end of spring, but right in the middle of spring. Wow, I love it. Yeah, Microsoft can't do the same thing. They have not disclosed sales projections. Of course, they're not confident enough. They wouldn't want to brag like, oh, we're going to sell 6 million by the end of April. They just don't have that much drawing power in comparison. I mean, I feel bad for the Wii U, man. What a horrible year for the Wii U. Sony just completely heading past them. I mean, they're obviously not struggling, but again, I think this is people rushing out to buy these systems right away, though. It's too much immediate, gotta buy it right off the bat kind of thing, that impulsive consumerist thing. I mean, I'm not impressed yet by either systems. I mean, it's like they don't have any games. I mean, what do they have? It's still a really fucking amazing accomplishment for Sony. It's incredible, It's like they're right back in the saddle. Like they are fucking back. I mean, this is so different from their 06 launch and, the PS3 coming out. It was just so different. Everybody despised PS3, because it was way too expensive and it didn't have the rumble, and there was all these problems regarding the system. And it didn't have like, for example, the games. It was lacking the library. And strangely enough, I would probably say the PS4 has even more problems. Except for the price. Like, that's the only thing that I see is better than the PS3 if you compare the launches. within their respective time period was that the PS4 is a bit cheaper at $400, not as expensive, and yeah, it does have a better controller. That's another thing. But like the problems, it's got the fucking HDMI thing, sign-in issues. It had the blue light of death. That's pretty serious. And the fact that it doesn't have many games. It's the same thing. It's like the library is lacking too. So, well, here's the reason why I think the Bone and the 4 both sold in the multi-millions within the first month and a half. The 7th gen lasted so long, 8+ years on the 360 and 7 years with the PlayStation 3. So that's a huge, very wide gap. That's a long time to wait. And people have been hungry for the next gen. They've just been waiting for something new. So the reason it sold so much was because all that build-up. People waited that long and they just wanted something new, something different. Not even different, but just something new. Because really these systems, they're just more of the same thing. It's just next gen, graphic-wise and spec-wise. But you're still getting the same basic games. And it's that's what it was. That's how they made so much money with fucking GTA 5, for example. They delayed it. It was set to release in spring of 2013. Then they delayed it for months, and then it came out in fall. Because it was such an anticipated product that built up into this feeding frenzy that these fucking marks, they just wanted to buy it right away. It didn't even matter, if it's gonna fuck up or if it sucks. They just immediately buy it. That horrible, impulsive way. It's all about waiting, and neither systems is really impressive, to be honest. The numbers are impressive. They're making a lot of money, but my god, there's really no reason to get either one at this moment. It's all about the 7th gen right now. I'd rather get a PS3 again. I was just contemplating the other day. I saw one on Craigslist, a bundle, for $200. It was a 160 gig PS3. It had, I think, an HDMI, a couple of controllers, and just a bunch of exclusive PS3 games. All these fucking games, like Shadow of the Colossus, Eco Collection, and the God of War Collection, and the fucking Infamous games, and Uncharted trilogy, and the Resistance trilogy, and all that. It was just, it looked so good. I was like, damn, let me cop that instead. That's what you guys should be checking out. I don't understand why people are forgetting or dismissing the current gen. The 7th gen is over all of a sudden. Why? Have you fucking played all the games, all the great games that's worth checking out on the 360 and the PS3? I understand the Wii, because the Wii is pretty much fucking dead, and it doesn't have that many great games to begin with. It's got a few titles, but it's died ages ago. But the 360 had some great shit, and same with the PS3. They got some really sweet looking games that these people haven't played. I bet. Gotta get it right away. Gotta get the Xbox One and PS4 just because they're new. Even though I haven't played all the great games on the PS3 or the 360. It's how many you haven't even played the exclusives? Put it this way: you shouldn't be owning a PS4 if you haven't played Metal Gear Solid 4 on the PS3. That's baffling. I don't get that. Why are you moving on when you haven't even experienced all of what's amazing about the current, the 7th gen? I keep saying current gen. 7th gen. And here's the answer to the question of the day.